What's up, guys? Welcome to this episode of the FREQ Talks Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about anaerobic versus aerobic training and which one you should be doing based on your goals and based on what you're trying to achieve with your exercise and workout routine. When it comes to training, whether it's for professional sports or for the general public, there's going to be two main types of training, aerobic and anaerobic training. Now, they each provide a different stimulus, and therefore they're going to provide a different result based on which type of training you do more of. Even though these terms might sound a little bit complex, they're actually quite simple to break down. So the word anaerobic is actually derived from three Greek words. The word an, which means without. The word air, spelled a little bit differently, it's A-E-R versus A-I-R, which basically means air. And bios, or bios, which means life. So if you add all those together and you break it down, an anaerobic activity is an activity that doesn't require oxygen in order for your body to function. So if you break that down and combine all of those together, what that basically means is that an anaerobic activity is an activity that does not require oxygen to run. On the opposite side of the spectrum, you have aerobic activities, which means, it's a combination of air, A-E-R, which means air, and then bios, which means life. So if you add those two together, aerobic activities are going to be the types of activities that absolutely require oxygen to run. Some really great examples of an anaerobic activity are going to be those very fast burst movements. So it's going to be weightlifting, broad jumps, sprinting. Those types of things are going to be anaerobic activities because they don't require you to breathe while you're doing them. It's basically a hold your breath and go type of a situation. Because of the nature of anaerobic activities, those short power burst movements, this type of training is mainly going to develop your muscle size, muscle strength, strength endurance, and your explosiveness. Now, on the opposite side of the spectrum, you have the aerobic activities. These are going to be your low intensity activities that typically last a lot longer in duration. So some examples of aerobic activities would include jogging, walking, jumping rope, swimming, and yes, everybody's favorite movement, burpees. Unlike anaerobic activities, aerobic activities are actually primarily used to increase your cardiovascular and your respiratory systems. That's going to be your lungs and your heart. So now that we got all that out of the way, which type of training is going to be better? That's entirely dependent on what your specific goals are. So if your goal is to look better aesthetically, you're going to want to primarily focus on anaerobic activities with some aerobic activities mixed in there. If your goal is to improve your endurance, then your primary type of training should be aerobic activity with a little bit of anaerobic exercises built into your regimen, built into your schedule. Some people like to dub that one training style is better than the other. Again, it's entirely dependent on what your specific goals are. Again, so if you're looking to develop more musculature, if you're looking to burn more body fat, if you're looking to improve the way that you look aesthetically, then you're going to want to focus on that anaerobic activity, that's that fast, short burst activity versus a lot of cardio, a lot of aerobic activity, a lot of jogging, walking, running, those types of things. Again, if you're looking to improve your endurance, you're going to want to focus on the aerobic activity with a little bit of anaerobic built in there to help build the musculature and the muscle mass. That's also going to help burn that body fat, boost that metabolism up a little bit. In my opinion, the best exercise program for you is going to be dependent on a few different things. You want an exercise program that is going to challenge you, that is going to help you reach your specific goals, and that you're going to be able to stay consistent with. Because if you're not able to stay consistent with it and you're not able to do it regularly, then you're never going to finish a program. You're never going to stick with a program, and then you're never going to eventually achieve your goals of whatever they may be. So depending on whatever your goals are, that's the type of exercise, that's the type of plan that you should be following. That's the type of activity that you should be doing. So take a look at whatever your goals are, write them down, figure out what's most important to you, and then prioritize that type of training next time you're in the gym. If you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to us. We have a great program that helps use both anaerobic activities in order to build muscle mass, build cardiovascular and respiratory health, and help everybody look and feel their best. All right, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Hey, what's up? Thank you for checking out this episode of the FREQ Talks Podcast. If you found this interesting, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so that you get notified every time we upload a new video. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.